It was a beautiful day on the island of Sodor, pre-quarantine, and the island was lucky enough to have a visitor. The Polar Express decided to stop by and check in. The Polar Express decided to make its rounds around the island of Sodor. It was so used to being in climates with lots of ice and snow because it would pick up lots of children in the month of December and take them to the North Pole that it decided to try something new and review the island of Sodor because it had heard that it was a large train destination. "Oh my goodness, are you the Polar Express?" said the red fire train. "You bet I am. The Polar Express is here, checking out the island of Sodor. How are you, humble trained Sodor citizen?" "Oh my gosh, I'm very good. It's nice to see you, Polar Express. We don't really get Polar Expresses here very often." "Anyways, I hope you have a good time checking out the island of Sodor. I love it," said the red fire train. "Have a good day." And the red fire train took off. The Polar Express took off because he had heard that there was a very famous inhabitant of the island of Sodor named Thomas. And thankfully, he came upon Thomas pretty quickly. "Oh, wow. Are you the real Polar Express train?" Thomas exclaimed excitedly. "You bet I am," said the Polar Express, "the one and only. And you must be Thomas." "That I am," said Thomas. "Oh my goodness, it's so nice to see you. I've seen the movie and you've met Santa Claus and all those elves, and when you skated across the ice and came off the track, but then you got back on the track, oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite train movies of all time." "Oh, thank you, Thomas. I get that often," said the Polar Express. "Are you able to show me around the island of Sodor a little bit?" "It would be my pleasure," said Thomas. "Well, Mr. Polar Express, this is our first stop. This is the rail pickup station. This is where inhabitants of Sodor will come if they want to get on one of the trains." "It's very nice, Thomas," said the Polar Express. "I especially like that letter M there at the top. It looks like a W, only upside down." "Oh, Polar Express, you've got jokes," said Thomas. "Let's move on to the next place." "This is one of our favorite tunnels," said Thomas. "You can't hear me very well because my voice is muffled because we're in the tunnel. But it's red and it's really cool." "You're certainly right, Thomas," said the Polar Express. "This is a very sturdy tunnel." "And this is one of my favorite places on the island of Sodor because it's where my friends Annie and Clarabelle are. This is where they're sleeping tonight. Can you say hi, Annie and Clarabelle?" "Oh, hello, Mr. Polar Express," said Annie and Clarabelle. "Nice to meet you," said the Polar Express. "I've heard about you two as well in books I've read. Thank you for all of the hard work that you do." "And this is one of the most sturdy bridges we have on the island of Sodor," said Thomas. "I really like it because it used to be loud, but we also have a muffling cave that we can put on it if we need it. It makes it a lot more quiet so it doesn't disturb the inhabitants of Sodor." "I like that idea, Thomas," said the Polar Express. "Santa Claus would approve of that idea. It is certainly a good one." As Thomas was conducting his tour, he suddenly stumbled across Big Red. Big Red was on his side in the middle of a turntable, and he looked like he needed a lot of help. "Oh no, Big Red," said Thomas. "I'm too small to move you, but now that I think about it, I have a train friend that I think might be able to help." And that's when the Polar Express showed up. "Now this is interesting," the Polar Express said to himself. "There happens to be a big red train, I'm assuming named Big Red, that's on his side here on this turntable. Luckily, I'm a large train and magical, because I've been bestowed magical powers from Santa Claus himself. I think I can help." The Polar Express all of a sudden didn't say anything and started to quiver a bit. As he did so, Big Red all of a sudden magically started to slowly turn back over on his side. The Polar Express was using magic to save the situation. And all of a sudden, Big Red was upright. Once Big Red was secured on the track, Thomas was able to start pushing him to safety. Oh my goodness, Polar Express, it's a good thing you were here. Thank you so much for your help. What a fun little town, the Polar Express said to himself. I'm certainly happy I was able to do a good deed today, but now I'm tired. I think it's time to take a nap. And with that, he backed into Tidmouth's shed and decided that he would be taking a nap. Thomas was so excited that he got a new friend to help him today on the island of Sodor. The Polar Express was very, very handy and was willing to help out a train in need. Thomas reflected on how lucky he was to have such great friends. It was appreciative he got to be a part of the island of Sodor.